Good afternoon on the first Sunday of the new year. Remolding your consciousness, remolding how you think, how you allow yourself to be emotionally involved. Rethink how you do things and deal with others. Because if they do not bring you any sort of peace, love, joy, and happiness, which you divinely order from inside of you and visibly and physically shows up in your daily life and in your daily walk. It does not have to stay with you. Those people don't have to stay with you. Those things don't have to stay with you. Those events don't have to stay with you. Remold how you think and how you see your health. If you see your health in decline, recalibrate and switch your mind to say, we're going to get healthy. Because anything your mind holds, you control. Any table you sit or any table you set up is the table that you see designed for yourself. You design the table and the things that you see for yourself. If you got a cluttery life and a cluttery table and an unhealthy regiment, whether it's spiritual, physical, mentally, emotional, that's because you did not remold how you thought, how you think, how you see things, how you believe things. It starts to remold your consciousness. It starts with you. Remold how you show up for yourself. You must show up for yourself before you can show up for anybody else. And if you don't like the way you're showing up for yourself, that means you are in trouble with yourself. And you need to go inside and do a spiritual checkup and figure out why you don't like the way you're showing up in the mirror, how you're showing up in your affairs, how you're showing up in your life. How are you categorizing your spiritual authority? How are you categorizing your dominion? How are you categorizing your grace and mercy? Whom are you giving it to? Who gets grace? Who gets mercy? Why are you so busy giving out grace and mercy when the people you're dealing with don't even know that grace and mercy exist, because all they know how to give out to themselves is what they need for themselves? Be careful to understand that what you receive and retrieve and hold on creates the atmosphere in which you land and live and decide to prosper. You prosper inside of what you bring into manifestation. If it's clutter in a relationship, chaos with people, chaos with things, chaos with work, chaos with yourself, chaos with your spiritual self, then you need to declutter, decode, and get rid of yourself. Take yourself apart. You are the assembly line. You are either going to be built Ford tough, or you're going to be built like Chevrolet, or are you going to be built like a foreign car who has to have their foreign parts imported? In other words, are you going to get tough with yourself, or are you going to be a cheap manufactured labor of yourself? Because if you're going to water down you, then don't get mad at the people who bring the garden hose to continue to spray the water on you. If you're going to water down yourself, don't be mad when people know that you are easy and can get over on you. Because when you are built for tough, you are the spiritual mechanic that goes under your spiritual hood. And you are the only one that know how to take and break down and disassemble the bolts to get to your battery. In other words, you know you got to take those screws, nuts, and bolts off to get to that Ford battery. Why are you allowing your Ford-built self to be fooling around with foreign parts that you got to import to make yourself feel good? Don't import something into your spirit when you are forward built. You are homegrown, American made, divinely made by God with the purpose and intent of living out and being whom you are. Don't get inside of yourself and start living as someone else. Don't take on the energy and the spirits of others when you are supposed to be remolding and molding your thoughts into a new. Become a new you and prepare a new you by your thoughts. Be ye transformed by the renewing and thoughts of your mind. Don't come down to build something you know you have no passion, no interest, and no point of even trying to assemble with others. God bless you all. Keep yourself first. Remember, you're built tough by God. It's your divine purpose, divine intent, and by divine order. God gave you this life. He gave you dominion. He gave you discernment. He gave you faith. He gave you grace and mercy, which are your placeholders. But always remember, grace and mercy lies within you. The alignment of God is in you. The dwelling spirit of God is in you. You authorize who gets grace, who gets mercy, but you also authorize who gets forgiveness and whom and how you will spiritually grieve the forgiveness. God bless you all. I love you. This is the head of the One Way, One Faith Center and One Accord Ministries, where we hold the light of God up, teach the principles of God, understand that God starts in us, and we are a walking edifice of God in all that He encompasses. I am so that I am, because God said I am. I am. And I am an inheritor. And every time I wake up, my crown must sit straight, and I must inherit all the omniscient and omniscient presence of God, which means that it's all good for me. And anything that is good for me is divinely given through me, around me, and worked in me, and shows up as me in my affairs daily. This is the Reverend Dr. Bishop Williams, and I love you. God loves you. But remember, you must always accept yourself and then take the stages of yourself and rework them into a better you. Never accept what somebody else, idea, vision, purpose, intent, and thought of you are. Because their thoughts is the person of who they used to know, not who you currently are. Be blessed.